Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champions Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Super Bowl, the second appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know. But what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try and prevent that from happening again.
On third down, Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First down, here's Burrow. Finding room at midfield. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From midfield now, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. A gain there of 21 yards.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in the block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You get in the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect, but boy, that was force against force.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's good. First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl is unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is taken around the 12. 56 yards the punt that time, 12 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? Where all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve.
Here we go.
Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. Down right around the 25.
Tackle at the 25-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 1, ready?
On 2nd and 9. Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Complete at the 1. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Prescott to throw it. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
Burrow on play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Here's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this.
11-0 is our score. On that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott now.
Got a man, it's Tunyon.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
Robert Tunyon,
81 yards.
and the Cowboys are on the board here in this Super Bowl.
Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half. But out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Pass complete. Joe Mixon out of the backfield. And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. Just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Tackled by Gaston Gill. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Open man is Ross, complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
It's a gain of 8. And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Miller, the man in motion. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Prescott yet again. Going deep downfield for Ross. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ballgame, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Prescott from the gun. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at half.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD.
Jamar Chase,
40 yards.
And the Bengals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Ed one told me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
Well, this This defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
McPherson on for the point after. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pollard to return from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 10, Prescott. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. A handoff left, Elliott. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Daxton Hill picks it off. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
11.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Going for the deep ball.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
He's got a man. Complete. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Joe Burrow. As the first half is winding down. And the Bengals are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Here's McPherson now to send it away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to
And now here's another interception. Daxton Hill puts it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter.
Throw for Boyd, but
It's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott out to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Looking deep for Elliott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Taken from just outside the 30.
So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
A deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play action with Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Flush to his right.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser, he's got it. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 24,
Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals are starting to pull it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They go to Elliott again. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down goal at the 6-yard line.
11 empty, 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
And Burrow going to throw again. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Jamar Chase with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Bengals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, there he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are able to claw one back. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Troy Apke. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's pretty...
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Eli Apple. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. But right now, it's clearly the defenses that are stealing the spotlight in the biggest stage of sports. That's only the 4th time ever, Charles, that we have seen teams trade interceptions on back-to-back drives in Super Bowl history.
Something so rare, yet special that we're watching, because typically the teams we see playing here on Super Bowl Sunday, they're the ones that know how to limit turnovers. Just goes to show how talented both of these defenses are, that they're still coming through and forcing miscues with a Lombardi trophy on the line.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Prescott on first down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking deep for Elliott. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 53 yards.
And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed down. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick six in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick sixes over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in 1 game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. It was Anthony Averett who got him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That's good for our Cowboys. First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Prescott now. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Cowboys take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are trying to play it cool out on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
Here we go.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. An option handoff here to Mixon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go. 11.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Burrow. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
That's another Bengals first down.
And some room to roll now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And my goodness, another interception. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task...
Those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
On the go. Check, man. Check, man. Roll. Hey.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Another run here with Sanders. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. And this defense for the Cardinals, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. The sack there by J.J. Watt. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Greg Dortch back deep. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that may have been incomplete, but he reminds me so much of when my dad used to take me to the baseball stadium and watch the home run hitters in batting practice. I'll get to the stadium early just to watch this kid throw it. He can throw it out of the stadium.
In motion right is Brown. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Easy.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Murray now on 1st down. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The Cardinals hit 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. He'll buy some time right.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watkins. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there in the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Hurts. And that'll be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Mustang 19.
Here's Hurts to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offense.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this down near the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, check that, 3.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
Devontae Smith's workload certainly didn't get any lighter, going from being a Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama to his first year with the Philadelphia Eagles. 104 targets as a rookie, and his 916 yards, they're the most for a Philly wideout since 2015. They go to him there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now the second-year man, here's Kenneth Gainwell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Rolling to his left. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
They'll run with Sanders. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Sanders again. But he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already.
Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. J.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. J.J. Watt, tough to stop. He gets upfield and makes a play behind the line.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And bringing it out usually isn't the best decision, but he turned it into a good decision with what winds up being a terrific return.
Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Murray. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
First down, Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 70. And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Prater for the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On second and very short, Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Prater on to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, they got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Touchdown, Cardinals. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Hurts finding Goddard there. 1st down, Philadelphia.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Hurts gets this to Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Down to about the 32. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he'll just get rid of it.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. They go play action with Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Zach Ertz has it complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Murray now to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Murray now. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
They're really pulling away. You mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. He's got Smith here. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st down, Hurts. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Cards are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. The man in motion is Brown. Murray now on first down.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, it's Murray. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Hopkins, the man in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here's Michael Pilardi now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
19 tight, 19 tight.
On 2nd and 10,
Hurts. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Well, that's complete to Sanders. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Connor going to get it again on second down. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Murray going to try to throw on third down. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Murray now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Back to throw it, Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of...
But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. But one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cards are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Play fake, Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On play action, it's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Crater on to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.